Hey everybody, Jack and GT here from Fed Joints to Beer Joints, and today we're going to talk about the difference between a government shutdown and a prison lockdown. Here's a spoiler alert. There really isn't any difference. You remember that bullshit back then? And this is it again. I thought we were done with this kind of shit.
Yeah, well, it happens every couple of years now, and it's all over nothing basically. I don't understand it, but then again, half the prison lockdowns they were overreactions and lockdowns for no reason also.
It used to be, at least in prison, like you'd have a lockdown of somebody. I remember in Latina, we had a guy get stabbed in between the
Yeah,
gangs to lock you down or, fight. Or a lot of times it was because one time they locked us down because it was a Christmas party for the CO. So they lock you down because nobody wanted to work. And then in the government, the difference is they lock you down because they can't get shit done at all. And what gets me, and think about this, is they're worried about a budget thing and a shortfall that they've got to take care of. These guys are there all the freaking time, and they don't know that this budget's going to come up, this issue every year. This shit goes on all the time.
they don't. It's of course they know it's coming, and and every time they say, well, we're next time we're going to negotiate this or that, whatever the cause of the week is, and then it's like you say, they have all this time. They don't do shit about it. And we end up in this. Now we got a bunch of military people that live paycheck to paycheck that aren't going to be getting their checks this week, and a lot of federal workers. And, it doesn't have to come to this.
Here's one big difference. In prison, generally, you don't get a lockdown unless some inmate screws up and does
Yeah.
something. In Washington, it's because they've all screwed up, and they just wear suits and they call that leadership. They're the leadership, and the leadership can't do it. They're not leaders. I mean, this is amazing to me. Like you said, this shows how completely out of touch they are with people and reality. Completely.
Well, it's funny. I talked to you a few minutes ago about it. When I see, like today, the most reasonable person I've seen on this is Marjorie Taylor Greene talking today. And she made all kinds of sense. I'm listening to her, and, everything she said made sense. And she knows who God put her in office. It wasn't, Mike Johnson or anything like that. It was the people in her district that put her in office. And she goes, they want health insurance. They don't want their rates going up. And she goes, so, I'm going to fight for them on this.
Whether you like her or not,
Yeah.
that's the truth. I mean, and right here we've got a senator right here. I don't know if he knows the government shutdown. I don't know if Chuck knows or not. You know, I mean, somebody's
I
got to
think
nudge
Shuck
him.
is shut down.
Yeah, we have to nudge him. And our other senator, who's obviously not running again, she's lost in space. The military people, they signed on for a deal. We made a deal with them, and now you're not paying them.
Yeah.
What does that say about the culture and the credibility of the United States government? It's shit.
Yeah. And these people are out there putting their lives on, not all the time, but they're willing to sacrifice their lives. They need to get paid. And like I said,
Even the
these
ones
are,
that aren't.
yeah. And they're
Even the ones that
paycheck to
aren't, or they're
paycheck.
company cleaning, or they're supply people, they're supportive. They're in that support system you got to have. It's a deal.
Yeah, it's a bad deal. And then really what it comes down to is, well, Johnson won't come in and reconvene the Congress because he knows he's going to lose on the Epstein vote. And he's been instructed not to do it. And this is all going to come out. Just let it come out. No matter what it is, it's going to come out. So
Yeah, it
don't shut
is.
down the government over it. Don't not pay the service members. They could come in and get a resolution to pay the servicemen, and everybody would vote for it. Every Democrat, every Republican would say, "Okay, I'm gonna pay the servicemen and women." And he won't reopen the Congress because he knows he's lost the vote now on the Epstein thing. Because he says he'll swear in that new Democratic Congresswoman once Congress open, and that does it. That gives him the 219 or whatever it is to settle this. There's no way this is staying under wraps.
No. Well, do you think they would go back to what you said a minute ago? And I would agreed with you at one time, but when you said have a vote, put it part of the package deal where they pay all the military people out of this thing here, I don't know if everybody'd vote for that or not. I thought everyone would vote in favor of opening the Epstein files up because he's this pedophile, and so I think everybody would jump all over that one. Of course you will. And I ain't seeing it. I'm not.
Yeah, I would like to think everyone would vote to pay to keep the military paid. I would like to think that, but you're right. There's probably some who wouldn't vote that they would say no. We want a whole bill. It's all or nothing.
Well, all they gotta do is, Johnson would come out and say they can't have a vote because it's the Democrats' fault. That's his key thing, and let me be clear about that. I'm an old Republican, and I used to believe pretty much everything was the Democrats' fault, because we were so far apart, but it never got this weird. This is not the Democrats' fault. This is Johnson's fault. This is Johnson's fault right now. This is all on him. Everything. I believe that more than it is on Trump even. I've never seen a bigger puppet in my life. He's not running by strings. He's got ropes, and some are around his testicles, and he's dancing around out there and stuff. I've never. And he's a creepy bastard.
Yeah, he's no
Think,
good.
would you
You
want him teaching Sunday school to your kids? I wouldn't. He's a weirdo.
he is kind of odd, and he's ultra religious, which I'm always kind of skeptical about people like that in general. And it's funny, we relate this to a prison lockdown, but in reality, the prison lockdowns, everybody's orders were pulling in hey, let's get this over with so we can get back out on the yard. So whether
Uh,
it was Serranos, blacks, whites, Asians, everybody was saying if there was a grievance between them, hey, let's get this settled so we can get back and get on with business and telephones and rec. And so everybody had the same basically goal with our government here. There's so many different little goals. They don't run it as good as the shot callers in prison.
oh. There's not any of these people could be a shot caller. We had a lockdown in Platoon. I remember that where they actually had a lieutenant come in. He says, I know the shot caller's not going to tell me who they are, but he went from unit to unit. Here's a message. These guys get your shit together in 24 hours, calm her down. We're going to open it up. If you don't, she's 30 days. It's up to you when he walked out. Then the shot callers got together, went back to their people. This is what we got to do. And these are people, and I keep saying this, who out in the world would beat and stab each other to death. And in prison, right in the same damn unit, they could figure out a way to calm things down. You got these people in Washington, they're nothing but a bunch of pussies, all of them. They couldn't even fist fight with each other, and yet they're like just bitching, and that's it behind the scene, and they don't give a shit what happens.
Though, I got to admit, though, I was impressed with having a good shot caller. Our president, the one thing he just got done, man, him being the shot caller on this Israel war, when he just finally told him, "Hey, fuck you. This is the way it's going to be. Otherwise, I'm turning on all of you, either side." And he told, and Biden could have never got that done in a million years.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody would have listened to him. So when you have a good shot caller, and in this circumstance, he was a good one. As a rule, he's not because he always has an ulterior motive, i.e., the Epstein files, or there's some shady fucking deal going on in the background that we don't know about. But on this one, he came through and he got it done. So I was a little impressed. Like I said, I thought yeah, that's a good shot caller there today.
Well, no, that was a decent. Yeah, I hope it holds. I do
Yeah,
because
it's
there's
not a done deal. It's not a done
that,
deal.
that- I hope it holds because I hate to see all the. There's a lot of people over there getting messed up that shouldn't be getting messed up. Just shouldn't be. Kids and just
No,
people in general getting the shit blew
they're
off
not
for no reason.
Hamas. They're not
Yeah,
Hamas. There's a lot
yeah,
of little
and
kids that aren't Hamas that are
nothing,
dying. Yeah,
nothing to do with it. And I
yeah,
don't give a shit who tells me what about pro-Israel or Hamas or whatever.
yeah,
A lot of innocent people killed. So I hope Trump got it done there because you know what? If you get it done, I'm 100% behind you. Go do it.
yeah. Exactly.
And now,
I don't know. It's almost if the Dems folded now. If Schumer folded and said, "Look, we'll discuss it at the end of December," they might win on that because he was the bigger guy and gave in. I don't know. It's above my pay grade.
well, I don't know. It'd be a hard time trusting the Republicans. And like I said, I say that I'm no Republican. Here's the thing: there's two things to it. They and I think that for the Democratic Party, this is going to sound totally cruel, but I believe this. The Democratic Party folded, let this go through, and if the Republicans didn't come back to the table to save health care, then Trump will have massive victims in red states and things will turn on him. That's the Democrats' gamble they'd have to take. Do they want to do that? Are they really trying to stand up for people? I don't know if anybody's trying to stand up for anybody anymore.
And the funny thing is we're sitting here discussing this, knowing that there shouldn't be any other thing than doing the best they can for the American people. And yet we everybody knows that's not the way it is. And it's a sad state of affairs when our both of our political systems are, well, how do we benefit the most out of this? As opposed to, well, what's the best deal for the people?
Yeah, it doesn't come up. And
No,
in the prison system, like we just said, it came up all the
all the
time.
time.
We gotta get done with this shit. Okay, we gotta calm this down. And now and then when it went so far, like in Florence, where it was just a dirty deal with a shot caller who was Trumpy in his head, not that he supported Trump, but he
Yeah.
thought that way. Then it blows up and it not just affects him, but everybody in his group.
Yep.
It's a major blow up and they got their ass handed to them. Some of them probably permanently. I mean, there were
Yeah.
guys messed.
Oh yeah, that big Spanish guy, he got they beat him with weights. He was a mess. He almost died. And I heard it was months later we got reports that that guy was still in the hospital.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and
You remember
occasion
there was blood everywhere. You
yeah.
can already walk around with blood everywhere, and it's all because of one guy. One
Yeah.
guy. And the normal shot callers, it wasn't like that. That shit wouldn't have happened with real shot callers. That goes the whole conversation there is about going back to we have one guy, other than this thing in Israel, hopefully that goes through, that he's worried about himself, and you've got his little puppet running around circles around him,
Yeah.
and, and yeah, we do. We pay for the abuse. It's a lot of fun. Well, so where you at? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking as we just speak a shot collar. It's our IPA, West Coast IPA. And every time we talk about this, I look down and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm drinking one.
There you go. Well, this is Jack and JT here from Fed Joints to Beer Joints. You guys get a chance, subscribe, give us a comment. We get some pretty good comments. Get some weird ones too. I like the weird ones better sometimes. That's okay. And we'll get back to you on those. We'll be back soon. We'll watch the short videos off this one here. Be some good ones. We'll be talking next week. Anything before we close her down?
That'll do it, man. Just come by the Brooker in Riverside and grab a beer if you're out and about in Riverside.
Drink beer, be healthy. See you soon.
Talk to you.